Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan and welcome to the channel. In tonight's presentation, we are going to go over some of the big heavy hitters from the Nasdaq 100. Now, the Nasdaq's under pressure again. At the time of this recording, it's down about 180 points. Now, we've seen the market retrace for the past few weeks. Now, as I'm looking at some of the graphs, I'm noticing a common theme that a lot of these big heavy hitters are reaching key levels of support. So in tonight's presentation, we are going to jump in and utilize the power of the VectorVest 7 software, look at our proprietary indicators, but mostly focus on technical analysis. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. Now, right behind me, I was able to put this list together. These are some of the biggest names on the Nasdaq 100 by market cap. Now, I am going to go over these stocks collectively before we go into the individual graphs to break down the technical analysis. Now, these companies you're very familiar with. We've got the likes of NVIDIA, Google, Meta, Microsoft, even more in the list. A lot of these companies you probably own or thinking about purchasing on this most recent market dip. Now, if we look at the stocks here collectively, we could see that all of the stocks are down as of today, which is September 26th, the day of this recording. The biggest loser to the downside right now is Amazon, down over 3%. Now, down below, we do have the watch list average as of yesterday's close. They were up yesterday. Now, we are going to go over the individual indicators here representing these stocks collectively. So if we do that, we can see that these stocks on average value at $240. Currently, they're trading on average at $304. So these big tech names are currently overvalued at this time. Now, if we look at RV and RS, this is our fundamental indicators here, both positive ratings. So these companies do have strong fundamentals. If we look at RS coming at 1.39, that's a very strong rating. And if we go down the list here, we notice that there's not one company with an RS below 1. So this is a very safe list of stocks to be in. Now, next we do have RT. That's our technical indicator here, looking at the magnitude of the short-term price trend. Currently, we see that coming in an unfavorable rating below 1 at 0.85. So these stocks are currently on a downtrend. Now, next we do have our VST. That's our overall value, safety, and timing indicator, also known as our master indicator, coming in at 1.11, also a favorable rating. Now, CI, this is a technical indicator looking at the stock's ability to resist price declines. So these companies continue to grow even after they get knocked down, typically speaking, with a rating at 1.25. Now, even the ability to grow its earnings with GRT here at 12 currently shows that this list of stocks still has upside potential. Currently, right now, there are no buy ratings in the list. These are all hold ratings as of right now. So let's take a look at the watch list graph average to see the price action of these stocks as a unit. All right, so I named this watch list big hitters, the QQQ. We can see price action today at 304.21. That is a retracement from its high at 343. We see this watch list channeling through this range here. The top end of this channel is at a level of resistance of 329. While the bottom level is at 298 and currently sits at support. Now, today's price action is not reflected since this is a watch list. So with today's negative price action, that does put us back in this zone right now. So I'm going to add a horizontal line at the bottom level of this zone. So this horizontal line right now sits at the bottom of the zone. It's at 286.94. This would be my key level support right here. If this level were to break, I do see a gap up that needs to be filled back from May. The next key level support would be at 266.45. Now, as of this moment, we do see the 3 below the 8-day exponential moving average showing that momentum to the downside. So if this key level was to break down below, we do have another key level coming in at 266.45, which as of right now is right above the 200-day moving average, which the bulls would not want to see that 200-day moving average to be broken, since that looks at the long-term trend of these companies. Now, down below, I do have the RSI 9 here. Right now, that value sits just above 35. So from a technical approach, these companies are getting close to oversold territory. Now let's jump into the individual stocks and see what those graphs are trying to tell us. All right, now before we begin, I just want to say if the candlesticks here represent price action. Down below, we do have a yellow and orange line representing a 3 and 8-day exponential moving average. And we do have 2 different support resistance criteria to give us more options to choose from. In addition, we do have a 200-day moving average at price. And the graphs below, we do have a RSI 9 and the RT, relative timing. Now first on the list, we do have NVIDIA here. Did hit its high back on August 24th at $502 after releasing its quarterly earnings. However, price action was under pressure. You can see here the 3 is currently below the 8-day exponential moving average. And this is a key level support here, this 406 level. As you can tell, this was the prior swing low back in August, and we were at this level in June. Now you see the buyers coming in here showing some support. Now the key level to look at is going to be this 378 level here. This level came to my attention because of the gap up in its earnings earlier this year. We see this huge gap up here. Price action retesting this level several times before gaining momentum to the upside. However, if price action does break this support level at 406 here, even if I remove the horizontal line, you'll see it does show up as a level of support. The bottom of this zone is close to this key level of support at 378. Because if price action crosses below 378, it will be tempted to fill the gap from earlier this year. Next up, we have Broadcom on the list here. We see its key level is at 790. The stock was at a 6-month high earlier, back on August 31st at 923. However, currently the 3 is below the 8-day exponential moving average, showing that momentum to the downside. Price action finding some support here at this 808 level. Within that zone, there are 2 support levels, first being 815. The second being at 808. Now my key level was at 790 because price action was retesting this level several times back in May after strong price momentum to the upside prior. Now if we look here, currently the RSI 9 is at level 38, so there is more room to the downside before we get in oversold territory. In addition, RT or relative timing showing that momentum continues to gain to the downside. Therefore, the stock is $30 away from its current key level. Now next up on the list, we have Google or Alphabet. Its key level support comes in at 126.66. We are currently getting close to that level right now at 128.38. Google did hit its high earlier this month at $139.16. Since then, the 3 is currently below the 8-day exponential moving average, putting pressures on price, bringing it to these key levels here. Now, if I remove my key level, you can see a level of support coming in at 126.64. And right below that, another level of support coming in at 125.18. So if the market can find some support and show us some buying pressure here soon, Google may be at key buying levels. However, before you purchase any stock, you always want to heed the advice of the color guard and buy when the market is rising. Now let's scroll down. Next on the list, we have Meta Platforms here. Now Meta, formerly known as Facebook, did hit its high on July 28th at $326.20. Now currently volatility is reducing itself within the Meta Platform stock here. We see price action relatively unchanged from where it was 2 trading weeks ago. The key level for this stock comes in at 287.98 cents. Now if I scroll down to the support zone, you see at 274.40. That red line does go through the top end of that current support zone. However, keep an eye on RSI as it comes in at 46.63, showing that there is still room for this indicator to go down further before it becomes oversold. In addition, RT relative timing currently staying below 1. Next up on the big hitters watch list, we have Microsoft here. Now Microsoft did hit its 6-month high of 366.78 back on July 18th. Since then, price has retraced. We're at 310.98 cents currently trading right now. We do see price action momentum to the downside over the last 2 weeks, bringing the 3 below the 8-day exponential moving average. Today's price action did bring us below the prior 2 swing lows and breaking my key level support here for Microsoft at 313.99. Now, due to this price action breaking this key level, I am bearish on Microsoft right now. I do see level support at 293.13. In addition, the 200-day moving average sits at 295 and could potentially be used as a level of support. Now, if we do take a look here, the RSI is in oversold territory right now at 25.81. And the RT relative timing, again, this is a very powerful indicator to the VectorVest software. If we notice, the RT relative timing did go below 1 or unfavorable back when the stock closed at 337. Thus, the RT is always a good warning sign of future dangers ahead if it goes below the oscillation point of 1. Now, next on the list, we do have Tesla currently. The 6-month high sits at 299.29 back on July 19th. As you can see, there's a common theme here. A lot of these stocks did hit their 6-month highs back in July. Since then, the market has been turbulent and pulling back quite a bit, with these stocks sharing those characteristics as well. Now, Tesla is approaching my key level here at $239.20. Currently sits in the support zone of 243.38. There's another level of support right at my key level. If I delete my key level, you can see it comes in right at the same pace at 239. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if my key level was broken with the 3 below the 8-day currently right now, showing that momentum to the downside. RT relative timing just crossed back below 1 once again since the 21st of September, showing that magnitude to the downside. Thus, I am bearish on Tesla, so I will bring in the next support level, which comes in at 212.95. Next on the list, we have Netflix. Broke the key level several trading sessions ago at 399 I had here. Its 6-month high sat at 485 even back on the 19th of July. Now you can see that with price action crossing below my key level here, 3 below the 8-day exponential moving average. Therefore, I am bearish on Netflix right now. If we take a look at its current 200-day moving average at 368.53, that still gives us about $10 to move to the downside. So I will be interested to see how the market reacts to Netflix hitting its 200-day moving average. If we see some buying pressure there, it could be a good buying opportunity, especially if green lights start making their way back into the color guard. But as of right now, I am bearish on this position, and if we get a clean break of that 200-day moving average, this could turn into a nice short. All right, up next we have Apple. I know this is one of Glenn's favorite stocks and a crowd favorite. Currently, we can see the price action, especially the bottom wick, is starting to flirt with my current key level at 171.15. If we notice, today's low is at 172.41, so hopefully we can find some buying pressure in the near future. Now my key level is right at the support level here at 171.74. We do see that zone going to the downside quite a bit into the 160s. Now the 200-day moving average does sit at 165.81. Now if we notice here, RSI at 36 right now, we can see moving to the downside on the day-over-day action. The RSI is approaching oversold territories. However, there is still room to the downside. And in addition, the RT relative timing, that short-term price trend has been unfavorable since the 7th of September 2023. Thus, my takeaway on Apple is if we can get the market turning around and some green lights to appear in the color guard in the near future, even a primary wave up, this could present itself to be a great buying opportunity on Apple. However, if the market continues to put pressure on Apple and breaks this key level of support here I have at 171, price action could continue all the way down to the 200-day moving average. So currently right now I am bearish on Apple unless we get some green lights in the color guard ASAP. Next, we have Amazon. Now Amazon hit its 6-month high recently, back on the 14th of September at 145.86. However, price action taking a beating, currently trading at 126.98, another big down day today. We see the low coming in at 126.72, again flirting with my level of 125.99. Now you can see right at my key level here, there are 2 levels of support. The first one's at 124.56. The one right above that, if I delete my line, comes in at 126.01, the same as my key level. So right now I am bearish on Amazon with a 3 exponential below the 8-day exponential moving average. We're showing a lot of selling pressure, buyers just not coming in today. And if we can get a clean break between these different supports here, the 200-day moving average and the next level support doesn't come into play until around $112. And the RT currently below 1 and making a new low from the prior swing low at 0.77. Today we close at 0.76, showing that magnitude of its trend continuing to grow to the downside. Now the last one on the list, we have AMD. This is actually one of my personal favorite stocks here. We can see here this is at a crucial level as well. Its 6 high came in at $132.83. Stock is taking a beating just like some of the other big techs here, breaking all these key levels of support. Now my key level comes in right at where we're trading right now at 95.40. Its 200-day moving average sits at this level. In addition, as of right now, we have not done a retest at this level of support of $100.92. So as of right now, with the 3 below the 8-day exponential moving average and starting to flirt with the idea of crossing below its 200-day moving average, I am currently bearish on AMD at this time. Now, if you're going to short this position, some profits to be taken could be at the $90.45 level. Or if you're feeling more eager, you could attempt to reach at its prior low of $81.02. All right, VV Nation, we just broke down 10 stocks, some of the biggest heavy hitters on the Nasdaq 100. Now, I hope you found my key levels very informative and giving you bullish and bearish scenarios on these positions with the turns of the market. Now, if you found this video useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Have a good night.
Hey, VV Nation, you know that we can analyze any stock in a matter of seconds. Do you want to analyze any of your stocks for free? You want VectorVest to tell you what you really need to know about that stock? Well, you can. If you go to www.vectorvest.com/YTFSA, you can get a free stock analysis on any stock that you're currently holding or are possibly looking at. Folks, what do you have to lose? Do that now and analyze any of your stocks in a matter of seconds.